So now everyone should have the link in the chat to share. See you in 5-10 minutes. In the chat. In the chat to share. Yeah. See you in 5-10 minutes. So now everyone should have the link in the chat to share. See you in 5-10 minutes. In the chat. In the chat to share. Yeah. See you in 5-10 minutes.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Food Malmö's demo and celebration day for our incubator program for food entrepreneurship. I'm so glad and happy for seeing people and participants to our very special day. I would like to begin with presenting ourselves and the team behind the Food Malmö incubator program. So my name is Carlos Rojas Carvajal, and I am a project leader at the environmental department for the city of Malmö, and work with food and this project also. And with me together today, I have my partner here, Cyril.
Yeah, and so my name is Cyril Gobert, and I work at Botildenborg, an organization located in Malmö, working with social gastronomy, and more specifically with food and farming entrepreneurship. And then we have with us Eslam.
Yeah, my name is Islam Salah, and I am an entrepreneur, a founder of Lupinta, and we are a company that makes meat substitute out of locally farmed lupin. And I am happy to be part of this team to make the first Food Malmö incubator.
Great. So before we start off, we just wanted to give you an introduction also for today's agenda. So we're doing a small introduction before we go into the pitching stage of the participants, and then a quick and small wrap up and conclusion of the day. But before, I wanted to talk about the background also and the history about this incubator program that we have. So basically, to give you that background is that we have since 2019 been working on a collaborative project called Food Malmö, where the aim is to increase the awareness, but also the access to locally produced sustainable food for the citizens of Malmö. And one of the areas that we have focused on was increasing the conditions for business development when it comes to food, because we saw some kind of a lacking in that. So in our team, we started to develop the idea and the concept of creating an incubator program for food entrepreneurs. We have quite of a good mix and background when it comes to that here from our partners in Botildenborg, but also Eslam, who is very well established startups and entrepreneurs. So the incubator has developed and is partly funded also by the European Agricultural Fund for Rural Development through the Swedish Board of Agriculture, Jordbruksverket, but also the European Fund for Development Fund through a project that is called KSFP Lund, which both are led by the city of Malmö. And we have done it now, concluded 10 weeks now, and in our final day, which feels really amazing and great. And I just wanted to throw a quick questions to one of our project partners, to Eslam. He's a well-known entrepreneur and startup here, and also an inspiration, I think, for many food startups in Sweden when it comes to plant-based and new innovative products. And that is to Eslam. What do you think is the impact of having and creating a food incubator like this for new startups?
Yeah, when I started working with food business in Sweden late 2017, 2018, and for me it was really, I was sitting at Mink. Most of the companies around there were tech-based startups, and then of course, and you get the coaching and you get the information you like and the advice more general for creating business or starting startup. But I couldn't find the information and the knowledge I need for that specific for food company, which comes to like food safety regulations. We are working with physical product also require different things. A lot of aspects for having food product that you actually can't find with a general business developer focusing on tech startups. So I started looking around and was like fishing for other food founder to meet, and then that's what led to the idea of starting the Skåne Food Entrepreneur Network, where it was like you know, like one of the seeds to start the food incubator today. So basically the idea was, I wanted to, first I wanted to invite people for dinner, just like for dinner, and food entrepreneurs as well. So we can talk, so we can create this kind of, but then didn't work. It was in August. And then I decided, okay, let's make a network. And we started to have these events and meetings. I started to be like a community around. Still, there was the community where you can share knowledge, where you can ask questions, but there was not this package, you know, like what we have today together in the incubator, where we started from how to prototype your product, how to start, what you should look into when it comes to food safety, with food regulations, and all this kind of aspects like specific for food startups. So I think that's a unique offering. I think the knowledge we combine today and the resources we combine today maybe took me like maybe 1.5 years to kind of like to achieve to the similar level where we have it today in 10 weeks. So you have in 10 weeks, you just started, you have an idea, maybe some people further than the idea, but I mean, you just started, you have the network, you have some knowledge, you have people you can actually ask and tell them just like, okay, I have this problem where I can solve it. And that's what the incubator offered for the entrepreneurs.
Right.
I'm done speaking.
Yeah, great, Islam. Thank you so much for it. So now a little bit more about what has been the meaning of the incubator program, and also the modules that we have and so on.
Yeah, I mean, to run a good incubator program, you need good topics and great people. And I think we've been blessed in having kind of all of them at once on our first trial, which is very nice. And to give you a bit of an idea before you hear all the pitches, is that, you know, we've had projects from a food store for short date goods to insect bars to a lot of fermenting stuff. It's a very wide range of products and the services that we've had in this incubator. And then we've kind of structured the incubator around a program where we looked at different key topics that one needs to address when one is a food entrepreneur. And so we looked at, you know, sustainable business models, we looked at food product development, food safety, how to prototype, everything on packaging, which is a very big and complex question. We train on pitching, because part of being an entrepreneur, like we're doing today, is to pitch your idea so that you get people on board to support what you do and maybe even invest. We looked at branding and marketing, and also financing and funding. And of course, today we're ending with this celebration pitch day, where we get to hear again all the fantastic projects. And in order to do that, it also means that we had some people recording these things. Some of this was recorded by us at the Food Malmö team, but we also had the chance of having some external actors coming in and giving either inspiration or lectures about very specific topic. And so I just want to take a second to thank Neil for his work on the pitch training, Arwa for everything around food safety, packaging, and even prototyping, Jacob Nielsen for the financial aspect of things, Matthias from Roots Kombucha, Roots of Malmö, who gave an inspirational lecture in the beginning, together with Cecilia and Ward from Nedet Os, an urban farm, and Islam, who we just heard from Lupinta. We also had Johan Broman from Companion talking about the business model canvas and sustainable business model canvas. We had Rowan from Gram, the first packaging-free boutique in Sweden, who came and gave a very inspiring lecture about packaging-free. Caroline Vass for the communication, and with this whole team, we were able to create a very interesting program that we hope we'll be able to pursue in the future with other food entrepreneurs. So that being said, you get a bit of the context of what we have been working on and how we've been doing this, and now it's time to leave the space for the entrepreneurs. And so the way it's going to work today is that each entrepreneur will have 4 minutes to pitch their idea, pitch their project to you. And after these 4 minutes, there will be 2 minutes where we will be able to have a little chat and answer any questions. So if you have any questions for the entrepreneurs, please use the chat if you're on in the Zoom meeting with us, and if you're looking at us on YouTube, there is also a chat function on YouTube that we will be keeping an eye on. So please drop your question, and we'll take the question for each project after their pitch. So let's get started then.
Yes, with the fun part.
With the fun part,
yes.
Exactly. So first person up is Kalle. So Kalle, let's see here. Do we hear you? Hey, Kalle.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes, we do. Okay.
Perfect.
You're on.
All right. So sandwiches are misrepresented in Swedish society. Swedes believe sandwiches are cold, open-faced, and a light snack. Fortunately, Barkin is here to liberate the humble sandwich. Me, Kalle, at Barkin Sandwich, will redefine the sandwich by serving packed, pressed, and piping hot sandwiches on the go. Barkin uses high-quality produce and allows customers to have a fresh meal served from a food bike. Late-night drinkers, busy working people, and everyday shoppers will find the Barkin bike at various hotspots around the city, granting more accessibility to the sandwich. You, the customer, will also benefit from a no-fuss menu with easy selections and drink pairings. But it's not just a mouth-watering menu. It's also an exhilarating experience to see your sandwich sizzle to life by being pressed by hand and served straight from the bike. One of our examples of the sandwich is the grilled salad sandwich, where we char broccolini and cabbage before placing it atop the sourdough bread, adding baked cherry tomatoes and pickled red onion before topping it off with some Parmesan cheese and a caramelized onion cream. But it's not just the sweets. There's a worldwide misinterpretation of on-the-go food. When people want quick and easy, they tend to rely on poor quality options and companies that have no care or little care for the ingredients and a preference for prepackaged products. Barkin, on the other hand, is part of a close-knit community with producers and local farmers that allows us to work with ingredients and products that are produced right here in Malmö. Go follow Barkin Sandwich on Instagram and join us on our mission to redefine the sandwich philosophy here in Sweden. Thank you for listening, and eat more sandwiches.
Great, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kalle. Okay, I have a question for you, Kalle. I'm wondering where's the idea coming from? Where did you get this idea for this sandwich? Because for me, this kind of pressed type panini grilled sandwiches is very maybe Italian or South Europe. And where did you get the idea from?
The sandwiches themselves, I got a lot of inspiration ideas from US. Spent a lot of time there. But also the bike idea was more, I've traveled a lot throughout the world, yeah, and you see bikes everywhere. You see small wagons serving great food all around the world, but we're a little bit behind on that in Sweden. So I believe we can change that. And it works really good works good in line with what Malmö wants to achieve.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And Islam, you have a question?
Yeah, I have a question as well.
Yeah.
Because I like very nice presentation, and the focus was on you, so really good.
Just a little nervous, but that's all right.
The question, if I hear this, like you said, in various places, will it be like a number of bikes in Malmö or all over Sweden, or like the same bike will be in various places?
So we're starting with one bike. The idea is to grow and having more than one bike out too. So now I prepare the sandwiches in the kitchen. I bring them with me. and I press them out on the bike. So I can prepare more sandwiches and have several bikes out on town.
So that means investors should take a note and thinking that's like you are thinking about the scalability as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, and there's a question about this. Are you planning on being from Anna Berge? Are you planning on being somewhere else in Skåne during the summer?
It depends a little bit on the COVID situation. Hopefully we can see some festivals popping up in the late summer, and then for sure we'll be doing that.
Yeah. And what's the shelf life of your sandwich?
The shelf life, refrigerated 48 hours.
48 hours, okay. And then we're getting a question of where can I eat the Barkin sandwich next?
Tomorrow at Peddler's Kitchen. I'll be serving up some regular lunch there. And then you find me at Södertull on Friday and Saturday. Okay. Good news about Malmö is we're opening up the street food street where all of us street food, the whole street food gang will be collected down by Posthusplatsen, and that is open starting today actually. We're gonna do a little bit of a small premiere in a couple of weeks.
Perfect. And just for those of you who are not aware, the Peddler's Kitchen is at Augustenborg Square, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thanks. So next up, we have the team behind Lufu. So Lufu.
Okay, Eve. When you're ready.
Yeah, we're ready now.
Good morning. We are Lufu. We provide locally grown lupin bean-based products for Swedish consumers who are health and environmentally conscious. Here's our team. It all started with Yves. Growing up in Asia, he is familiar with traditional Asian cuisine, where plant-based food is consumed as the main protein source. Moving to Sweden led Yves to see the potential of combining Asian culture with local Swedish agricultural practices. The rest of us, Jacqueline, Nicholas, and I, decided to join Yves's journey with our collective skills across marketing, finance, technology, and operations. Our diversity in competencies, professional experience, and cultural backgrounds all come together with a shared vision to bring you the food of tomorrow.
Eve, we're seeing you, but not. If you're not hearing you, if you're not talking, but yeah.
Yeah. So, what does our business do? We produce local and high-protein lupin-based product for Swedish consumer. Our first product is lupin tofu. It has a mild nutty flavor and silk texture, which offer flexibility for consumers to use in both sweet and savory dishes. To help us reach our aim of being a zero-waste company, we use okara. Okara is a nutritious byproduct of tofu, which we use to make our delicious lupin bites. To get feedback on our lupin tofu and lupin bites, we invited members of the public to product testing. The feedback was overwhelmingly positive, as you can see from the numbers of the slide. The vast majority of the people who taste claim they would buy our product at a premium price compared to the alternatives out there. You might ask, why are we creating a lupin bean-based product in the first place? The current demand for meat is not sustainable, with its carbon footprint being 45 until 90 times higher than typical legumes. With more than 70% of soy products in Europe being imported, this is not a viable option. Adding to this, the dietary estrogen found in soy product makes some consumers wary about its effect on their health. In contrast, lupin is good for your health and environment. Lupin beans can be grown in colder climates such as Sweden. Health experts see it as a future superfood. Not only does lupin have the highest fiber and protein content among other legumes, it also has the lowest amount of carbs. From agricultural perspective, lupin cultivation helps farmers as it is increasing soil fertility while also reducing soil erosion.
So how will the venture make money? Well, our lupin beans are delivered from local farmers in Skåne. The products are then produced in collaboration with Axfood in Hässleholm, and after that, our products are packaged and delivered to local farm shops and grocery stores. Our 100% local value chain offers high-quality products and meet current market trends of sustainable food. So what does the market look like? Well, the demand for vegetarian and vegan food in Sweden is expected to continue rising with a yearly growth rate of 21%, with a total market value of 2.6 billion Swedish kronor by 2025. If we are able to reach our modest goal of capturing 1% of the Swedish market in 2025, the expected revenue is just shy of 27 million kronor. As you can see, this is a huge opportunity.
And this is where you come in. We need your financial support, professional network, and knowledge to get our products from production to the shelves of grocery stores. So please feel free to connect with us after this presentation. We welcome you to join us on our journey to bring people the food of tomorrow.
Cyril, we couldn't hear you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now you can hear me. Sorry about that. I have a first question about the product. You say it's a lupin-based product, and also you're using okara, which is based rest product from tofu. So you're kind of combining a new protein with a rest product of an existing one that is on site. How do you combine these two? What's the interest of combining the two together? What do you get out of it?
Yeah, I think the main reason why we decided to create the lupin bites or our secondary products is actually because we see that the current production of tofu in general is not really sustainable, because most of the beans that has been used for the tofu production usually either being thrown away or only being used as a animal feed. And that's the main reason why we create the lupin bites. And we use, all of the ingredients that we use is Swedish legumes and grains to develop our secondary products.
Great. Yeah. I have a question in the chat here. You say that Axfood is a contract producing your product. Matthias here is wondering if you also have contacts with Axfood to start selling it through their channels.
We're not at liberty to talk about that at the moment. I'm sorry.
That's a yes. That's going to be a yes. We can't talk about it. Okay, fair enough. That's good. Eslan, Carlos, do you want to?
I think it's
yeah.
great to hear that it's the rise of the lupin bean also, which has so enormous potential here in Sweden when it comes to plant-based products and so on. So that's I think that's really good, and that's a really good for the future, basically. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, LuFu team.
Right. So we have next one. We have Jinan.
Yes, hello everyone. I would like to start by telling a little story about why I'm here today. I grew up in a Lebanese family from Lebanon, from the north. Unfortunately, I don't have so many memories from back there. We moved to Denmark under the Civil War. My mom was always to make sure and that we are always aware about our food cultures. She kept always making Lebanese food and sweets. She made only Lebanese food the way she learned from her mother. So that's why it's super authentic. And I think now it's my turn to bring this journey on, but I wanted to make this journey in a special message for, I want to direct my message for all women, especially foreign women who might still have some culture issues that block women from being public and being with own business and success. I tell them now that you can do it. You have all the opportunity and you can get all the help here in Sweden. My business is very personal to me. I choose my logo to show that there's a woman behind this. I choose my own name to be my brand because I'm so proud of my food making skills, and I choose to go for this business to provide for everyone my good Lebanese food that I make from my heart, like homemade, as I should give it to my own family. My concept was to cater for events and parties, but Corona changed everything. Now I made some changes, like selling lunch boxes to companies, and like to sell family boxes for dinner. I'm positive surprised how good this has gone in only 2 months. I now have 1,000 followers on Instagram, and many of them are potential buyers. They are customers. Of course, I have hoped to that better time will come, and I will have my chance to show how I will build an amazing buffet setup for any kind of event. Now I only wish that I can be more known, and here in Malmö in Sweden, in Skåne, just to share my passion for food, for Lebanese food. I don't have to explain how much, I don't have to explain so much about what is Lebanese food. Everybody would know. We have a very large cuisine in vegetarian, vegan, and of course a lot of meat dishes. It's very popular, it's very known. And the good thing about it is that it's mild, it's not very hot, it's good for everyone. Everyone, I think, have tasted Lebanese food. But for me, I make it personal. I want to show the real authentic taste, the real, so that's why I want to, like, in this program, we learn about a lot of sustainability and how to only use what do we call local vegetable, local as it was like this. My grand family did. They pluck their tomatoes and so on from the garden, and they use it directly. So from this point of view, I would like to go on with this. Yeah, and I would like to thank Food Malmö and Bottiljenborg and Malmö Stad and all the team who was participating. Indeed, I learned a lot. Indeed, I was. It was very nice to know that I'm not alone. I'm not alone to start up in the middle of crisis, in the middle of a pandemic. So for me, it was very, very encouraging, very helpful. And now I start to see some result. So I don't know if I got over my time. So yeah,
bit, but you still have 30 seconds if you want.
Okay, so that's enough because if I go further, I might go over the time. So thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you, Jinan.
Thank you.
I wonder, Jinan, you talk about the fresh Lebanese food as something, you know, that you're going back to how your grandparents' generation were doing it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
We who are non-Lebanese, fantastic to have access to really good Lebanese food. I'm wondering, within the Lebanese community, is that also something that people are noticing, that okay, you're bringing back something that also means something for them through their parents and grandparents, that maybe has gotten lost a little bit as food has gotten cheaper and ingredients maybe came from further away? Are you already noticing feedback on this?
Yes, yes. I have some few families that order the kibbe, you know, the meatball with the fried meatball with stuffed like also in meat and grounded. Yeah, it's a dish. But now they start selling it frozen in like Oriental shops. So it's very, very, very different, because they can taste and they can see and they can feel the difference between real homemade and produced and frozen, and just it look alike kibbe. So of course they notice the different. They notice the different also by eating out in restaurant. If you order a tabbouleh out in the restaurant, it's not the same if you make it homemade, because it has to be chopped very fine. It has to be real lemon juice, real olive oil, and the amount should be very careful how to. So yeah, people notice. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Gina. I stopped you just because I'm getting too hungry with how you describe the food. But we're getting comments from people like your passion about what you're doing. We're getting
Yeah.
so thank you so much, Gina.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Thanks. Next up, we have Ira with us today. So Ira, you're welcome.
Hi.
Oh, good. There we have you. Great.
Okay. Can you see this?
Yeah,
yes,
it's all good.
yes,
We hear
yes.
you.
Okay. Great. Thank you, everyone. Hang on. Okay. Well, do you know that there are actually 50 different kinds of noodle dishes only in East Asia? And by East Asia, I mean more than 9 countries, including Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, and Indonesia, where I come from. In Indonesia alone, we have 20 different kinds of noodles. And then these tastes I had growing up with. And it becomes my parameter when I taste noodles outside of Asia. And here I am. My name is Ira. Hi. I'm the new noodle geek in Malmö. As some of you, I also had the experience of having a bad bowl of noodle. Either the noodle is too soggy or they are uncooked because they use this dried noodle, or the broth tastes nothing, only MSG all over it, or they use spices or herbs that's overpowering everything. So I was actually reluctant to finish a bowl. And I'm missing this yummy and slurpy noodle as I had in Asia. Well, there the journey starts. Because of my craving, and then after talking of some people who actually share the same craving as me, I began my research and then learned how to make a fresh noodle at its best. My goal was clear. I want the noodle to be fresh and springy, and I want the broth made from scratch. And I want to make many options of toppings so people can choose from. And I want to integrate Asian food culture in every bowl of the noodle. In Warung Asia, we make our noodle a serious business. Here, we make 3 different kinds of noodles from scratch. We have egg, vegetarian, and rice noodles. And we make 3 different kinds of broths, also made from scratch. We have option of chicken, vegetarian, and coconut milk-based broth. We also offer different kinds of toppings to choose from, and we also make our own condiment chili to pair it with. And the most important thing is we are limiting our production bowl of noodle to serve daily. To sum up, in Warung Asia, we are really crafting every bowl of noodle according to your liking. I'm getting hungry actually to talk about this, but I don't know about you guys, but if you're really as hungry as me, and then you are craving also to this warm bowl of noodle, the yummy and slurpy ones, you are welcome to come by Warung Asia. And you can reach us at our Facebook and Instagram. Well, and we'll see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Ira.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Carlos, Islam, do you want to, just something you want to bring up?
Yeah, I think it's amazing that, there's been a development when it comes to Asian cuisine also, that we're seeing that we actually like really good, food, the craftsman's, what do you call it? The handcraft, the craftsmanship behind good food, and also when it comes to noodles, I think, and Asian cuisine in general also, I think that's something that we really like, and we are a big need here in Malmö. So I really see that as a really positive thing that you're doing here also.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And as Carlos said, I mean, today we are looking for food to a new level. It's more than of what was before. People looking into food as calorie in, calorie out to sustain themselves. Today, food became as more of experience, as more of part of the life joy. And also the second aspect, also we want to eat in a reasonable manners at the same time, with the lower negative impact for our consumption. So combining the two, that's really amazing, bringing also different taste and flavor from different parts of the world for international company like Sweden here. That's really amazing. I wonder if it's so people know, like, when they reach you, do you have a physical place, or you deliver to them, or how your business work?
At the moment, we only kitchen. We only have a kitchen, but soon I hope there's a space for actually a little shop for people to enjoy the noodle and to have it for takeaway to their family.
So the consumer today can order and take away or deliver.
Yeah, take away and deliver.
Okay, great. So people can order from your Instagram right away. That's what I want to make sure. Yeah, okay.
It's connected to my WhatsApp business and also my phone. So you can just click the message there and then it's directly to me.
Perfect. So now people know where to order and have like a great experience.
Yeah, I hope you all will do.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Then we have next up is Aaron. Do we have Aaron here?
We do.
It says unable to start video.
Okay, so Ira has to maybe.
Okay, let's see here. Ask to start video. Well, how about this?
Yeah, now.
Yes.
Super.
Okay.
All right.
The floor is yours. And we see your screen.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're good.
Super. Hi, my name is Aaron, and I represent Eatem. We're a company of 4 enthusiasts that believe that insect as food is the future. Cricket protein is healthy and has a lower carbon footprint than all the other proteins on the markets. It is simply better. So we started in 2016 with this product, Cricks. It's a cracker with chocolate, and we had different flavors. And we sold them through our web shop. In 2018, we sold this crisp bread in Netto stores all over Denmark, and also through our web shop. And also 18, we launched a Kickstarter campaign and made this bar that we've been selling through our web shop for a couple of years now. So why do we do this? Well, there's a protein crisis coming up. There's a shortage of space and feed on the planet, we hear, and plant-based proteins is really good, but for athletes, for example, they don't have the same quality. Meat, we know all about that. It's a thing of the past. So we started making food out of crickets because it's 67% protein in crickets. And you can see all the other health benefits as zinc, magnesium, iron, B12. To grow crickets, it's space efficient. You can grow them on height. It doesn't take so much land. In cricket farms, they grow them in boxes and you can staple them on each other. Crickets, you can feed them with renewable feed. They eat what we people don't eat, like leftovers from crops or, yeah, it's highly scalable as well, the production. So the opportunity, I wrote down some numbers here from Global Market Insights about the insect as food, the market. It's baffling numbers how it's growing, and the prediction is it will grow even more. In EU, we're a little after. So Sweden just a couple of months ago got approved for selling insects. So that's why we want to take this to the next level. And we need cash. We need help, as we did get from this incubator. Thank you very much. Partners, and most of all, we need more people to eat them. So feel free to contact me if you want to hear more about this. Here's my mail address, my phone number. Visit our website. It's edem.ec. Thanks.
Thank you, Aron. I have a question. Now you showed us some numbers here on the growing market in the world, I guess, but also focusing on EU. And the double question. The first one is around how is the competition looking? Now it's just opening up in Sweden. Are you well ahead because you started before it gone? Is there already a lot of actors? And secondly, and secondly, I wonder, is your intended market Sweden, Europe? Is it a worldwide market? What's the ambition?
Yeah. No, about the competition, we're the only Swedish company right now. So we have a little advantage of having an audience here. Even though we haven't sold in shops, we sold through our web shop and in stores in Denmark where it's been legal for a while. So yeah, that's but the competition is in Finland, in other countries, of course. But we have, since we're a Swedish company, we think even if Sweden is a small market, we want to start with Sweden, but we have a plan actually, and that's by 2023 we want to have 10 countries, but starting in Sweden, starting in a small country, our country.
It's time, Carlos. We have time for a short question.
Yes. How do you what's the response from the commercial, the big commercial boutiques, as for example the ICA or Coop or Axfood?
They're really interested.
Yeah.
Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Is there any interest?
Yeah, they are, and they've been. So as I said, in November it just got cleared that we are able to sell in Sweden. And they're really interested. Where at the moment we only have the bars ready, so that's why we're planning to find a new bakery for the crisp bread. I'm talking to different actors there, and getting more flavors of bars. But yeah, I had great interest from Coop made a little story about us before it got ready, and yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great to hear. Thanks. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
So heading over to next one speaker is Helen. You're welcome, Helen.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, we hear you, we see you, and we see your presentation.
Okay. Can you see it on full screen?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, great. Okay. So in the last 5 years, there's been growing pressure on people to make sustainable food choices. But what does that mean? More and more, we're told to choose plant-based, while other people argue that it's better to eat local and organic. Trying to tick all of these boxes can be exhausting, and who has the time to do all the research anyway? Hi, my name is Helen. I'm a food systems scientist and the founder of Blooming Good. My mission is to make it easy for you to enjoy delicious vegan products while also supporting organic farmers in your local community so that making sustainable food choices becomes a pleasure and not a chore. My story goes back to 2010. As a young, fresh-faced biologist, I spent 5 years working in wildlife conservation, where I thought my skills were needed. During that time, I saw firsthand the destructive impact that our food system has on the environment, as all around me, lush tropical rainforests were being torn down to make way for cattle ranches and large-scale monoculture plantations. It was devastating. I very quickly stopped eating animal products and soon after resolved to change the focus of my conservation work towards reshaping the food system. That meant coming home to Europe, studying agriculture, and using my knowledge and skills to make sustainable plant-based choices a reality for the consumers with the highest overall impact. That's us. So where to start? Well, how many of you have ever uttered the words, I just couldn't live without cheese? I know I used to say it all the time. The dairy industry produces some of our favorite foods, and it also employs a lot of people, particularly here in Europe. Unfortunately, it has an enormous environmental impact. And that's not to mention the inherent cruelty of separating calves from their mothers in order for us to take their milk. That's why Blooming Good's first product, fromage, is a vegan soft cheese alternative made from fermented cauliflower, hemp, and sunflower seeds. Unlike most cheese alternatives on the market today, it doesn't include any coconut oil, cashew nuts, or soy protein isolates. Instead, our focus is on sourcing local quality ingredients and using them in their whole form to create delicious vegan products that also pack a nutritional punch. Whether you want to eat it on a sandwich or on a pasta dish, I'd be lying to you if I told you that it tastes exactly the same as dairy cheese. It doesn't, but who says that it needs to? It's creamy, tangy, and delicious in its own right. Whether you want to eat it on a sandwich, in a pasta sauce, on pizza, or simply on a cheese plate with some good wine and some good friends, you can enjoy Blooming Good fromage as a dairy cheese alternative in a wide variety of dishes. The good news for people living in Malmö, you can already buy Blooming Good fromage via the Reko Ring. So you can order online at Reko Ring Malmö, Mobilia, or Hilje. We'll also be working over the summer to expand our sales channels and selling through more markets and hopefully some restaurants and shops in the Malmö area. For everyone else, I'm afraid you have to wait a little bit longer, but you can follow our journey to develop delicious, sustainable vegan products at Blooming Good Food on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much.
Right, thank you. Thank you so much, Helen. I want to start off with, when it comes to making cheese or vegan cheese and so on, maybe cauliflower is not the first you think about. So how did you come about with starting off with cauliflower? That's really interesting to hear.
It's quite, I guess it was a little bit random. So, I mean, for me, I don't find the selection of vegan cheeses in the shops very appealing. Partly because, like I said, most of them are made out of just coconut oil, actually. Some are cashew nuts. But a lot of them also contain potato starch, which I have a very rare allergy to. So I'm very limited in what I can buy in the shops myself. And that's why I started just making this for myself at home with what I had on hand. And at the same time, I was here studying agriculture. And so I wanted to think about, okay, what's a local product or a local crop that I can use to make this as a base. And it started from a cauliflower sauce that I make as a sort of mac and cheese alternative. And then I thought, hey, this tastes great. And maybe I can make something that has more of a cheesy texture and more of a, rather than a sauce, make something like a cheese.
All right. Great to hear, yeah.
Islam, do you have something you want to add?
Great presentation, Helen. And also I like that you are highlighting that it doesn't have to be mimicking the cheese. It's good, tastes good, nutritious, local, but it doesn't have to be the same thing. The most important that's I'm getting a good food experience, and that's what we are looking for at the end of the day. And what is your plan for sales? Are you going all the way to B2C all the time? You are selling to consumer, or you are thinking about selling to businesses as well?
Yeah, I'm thinking about selling to businesses. So at the moment, I've been in touch with some shops and restaurants in Malmö as well. So hopefully tomorrow I have a meeting. I'm going to try and get it on a menu in a cafe, and just do a little test and see how they like it, and yeah, get some more consumers to try it. And I'm also looking to sell through some small boutique shops in Malmö. Nothing's finalized yet, but it's in the works.
Thank you, Helen. We have a question here. Someone asking if you've considered renaming it from cheese.
Well, yeah, it's a very difficult. I have thought a lot about whether to use the word cheese. It's a double-edged sword, really, because, like I said, everybody says, and I used to say, I can't live without cheese. People want something that is, cheesy in their lives, and so using that word, it helps people to understand. Okay, how do I eat this? What is this? Because it's unlike anything people will have tried before in many ways. So I find using cheese is a really helpful because it gives people that impression straight away. Oh, okay, well, I know how I eat cheese now. I want to put it on a sandwich. That's great. But then it also sets a bar, an expectation that people are very attached to cheese. So if it doesn't meet their expectation, like I said, it doesn't taste exactly the same, then that can be a disappointment for people. So it is a really tricky thing to balance. I'm trying to coin my new word, fromage, in Swedish. Hasn't caught on. Well, people are quite like it, but it hasn't caught on yet. But hopefully it will. But we'll see. I mean, that potentially also there's new regulation coming down the line from the EU that I might not be able to use the word cheese or any reference to dairy in any context. So that's going to be a really big challenge, I think, if that comes into place. But
thank you.
If anyone has any good suggestions for names, then fire them at me. I'm all ears.
Cool. Thank you very much, Helen.
My pleasure.
Great, thanks. So over to our next one, and that is Frank.
Yes.
Hi, Frank.
Hi. Let's see. So, thinking back on my childhood mornings, porridge was among the most common breakfasts at our family table. And I remember, at summer times, when we had wild berries just a corner from our house and just top it with. It was great, and it gave a good start of the day, and it raised me to who I am today. My name is Frank, and I represent Oatme. And as a father of two berry-loving kids, breakfast are, which you probably recognize, stressful times. Today, many people also feel stressed about making sustainable and healthy food choices. The problem is that the responsibility lays more than on the customers instead of the companies. And looking back on my childhood, berries nowadays mostly comes from other countries far, far away, and porridge is exchanged with sweetened fruit yogurt. This we need to change, and we need to do it now. At Oatme, we want to give families calm mornings, and time for an activity life by offering them a sustainable and healthy breakfast and snack alternative as an overnight oat. For those who are not familiar with overnight oats, it's like a cold oatmeal. Our overnight oats is based on Swedish raw materials with traditional flavors as oatmeal, honey, and lots of berries. This is what makes it sustainable and rich on nutrients. And unlike many yogurt and rice desserts, we are also lactose-free, and we use 100% gluten-free oats. According to the World Wildlife Fund's matkalkylatorn.se, growths such as oat has more than 7 times lower climate impact than rice, which is one of our biggest competitors. Besides rice desserts, similar to-go snacks is the closest competitors. So if you want to give yourself and the next generation the opportunity to seek after berries in the forest like I did and have a healthy future, then you should bring an overnight oat from Oatme. And are you interested to know more about Oatme? You should visit our Instagram at oatme.se or just send me an email at info@oatme.se. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Frank. Thank you very much.
I
have a quick question of the bat here is regarding the berries. You talk about the fresh berries in the wood, and this is like part of the Swedish dream, just like this, the American dream. You go into the forest and pick the berries. I'm wondering, sourcing-wise, how does that work? You're out to get access to the freshest berries, because I guess there's still some seasonal limitations. Does one work with Swedish frozen stuff? What's the setup?
Yeah, for me, it's like all the time when you see berries. If you see all the season, it's all the frozen berries is from Israel or other countries. And why can't we just frozen Swedish berries and have them? So for me, it's not. They don't have to be fresh, but we don't use our berries here in Sweden. That's how I can see it. If that's answer your question.
Yeah, thank you. Islam?
Yes.
Is there Islam? Yeah.
I'm here. So thank you for the presentation. And you are solving a problem in a really hectic time of the day when you have kids and you want to rush with them to the school and to the preschool and so on. And it's really good to have a good alternative, healthy and tasty at the same time. And the most and also like the one important aspect for us today, the locality to be more sustainable. But what makes you different than the alternative out there?
Like I said, like risi futti, it's based on rice, and according to the World Wildlife Foundation, oat has 7 times lower impact on climate than rice. So and oat is we have Swedish-based oat, so it's near here, and as well as berries. And our product is also based with flax seeds, which we can have here in Sweden, and it's very nutritional with omega-3. And then we use oat drink, who is based or enriched with vitamin D and B12. So, and I am struggling to have honey or not, but somehow the flavor is very, very important. And and somehow I think it's good to.
Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we're running a bit short on time here, so I just want to.
Yeah.
Please, you can write the complete answer in the chat as well, and you have a question in the chat that you can.
I was finished there.
You answered me well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you can stop your screen sharing, please. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Great, thank you. So moving on to our next speaker, and that's Max and Miriam from Funky Flavor.
Hi. Hey. Let's see if we get this screen to work. Do you see us?
Yes.
And the screen?
We see the screen and we hear you.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Perfect. So, hey everyone. Studies have found that the average consumer has perceived barriers to eating healthy because they are scared of not liking the taste of healthy products. And on average, we spend about 6 hours every week in preparing and cooking our meals, and often end up with the same recipes that we have learned over our lifetime. That is why we need products that are delicious and healthy, and at the same time bring curiosity for new flavors, so it will never end up being monotone or boring. We at Funky Flavor offer an ever-changing seasonal assortment of ready-to-eat raw and wild fermented vegetables and drinks, such as fermented butternut pumpkin with garlic, fermented sunwood with carrot, or ginger water kefir. More than our delicious flavors, our products come with a bunch of health benefits, such as helping our gut bacteria or helping our body to get nutrition, and some studies even link fermented foods with a slower decline in cognitive function as we are aging. All our products are produced from local, organic, and mostly rescued ingredients that are grown from passionate farmers. This way, we provide a high quality of product and reduce food waste while helping small-scale farmers to grow with us.
That's right. And our products will soon be found in local supermarkets and online with the option to subscribe that deliver directly to your doorstep. We want to make sure that you never go without our funky ferments or its benefits. And compared to other companies that produce fermented products like sauerkraut or kimchi, we think outside the box and we bring new exciting mixes into play. Also, we never pasteurize, which keeps all the beneficial microbes and probiotics alive so that they can do good for anyone eating our fermented foods. And did we already say that they're delicious? Because they are. And right now, we are looking for new collaborations. And if you want to take a ride with us on the Yummy train, don't hesitate to reach out. Our fermented products will help you deliver unforgettable, healthy, and funky flavors directly to your customers. So break your preconceived barriers, try something new, and be surprised by our ever-changing assortment of fermented fun. Send us an email, give us a call, or write us on Instagram at funky.flavor. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. I know you I believe at least that you work with local producers for at least some of what you produce. And there's a great scene in Malmö of local producers. So I guess that's exciting. I'm just wondering, what's the seasonal mix coming up?
So for the next mix, we just got pak choi this Sunday. So we're gonna have a pak choi mix, probably with mustard or with chili that we dried.
Thank you.
Great. So where do I find your products easiest? And what's your plan when it comes to finding your products in the near future?
Yeah, so we right now we're trying out some different channels. So we just any collaboration we can get a hold on, we're kind of excited to do. So right now you can find us in Lund Matvaru Cooperative in Lund, and also in Arlöv at Segers Mat. And during the summer, we're actually going to move into Mobilia, where Miriam is organizing a local food section.
Yeah.
And then of course the website also.
Yeah, the website, you should follow us on Instagram, and then we're going to relaunch our website, and then you will find our products online.
Okay, great. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. So now we're over to Arash.
I can't open my video. I need to start my video.
There you go.
Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we do. See your screen, and we see you as well with good sound.
Fantastic. All right. I'm very excited to tell you guys about our journey. So hopefully you can tag along. Currently, the population of the Earth is about 7.4 billion people. To feed these people, we produce 5.2 billion tons of food on a yearly basis. Between half to 1/3 of this food goes to waste immediately before it even gets to our table. Some of these numbers might not make any sense. However, just to break it down to make more sense, is basically Swedish food waste is 1.3 million tons of food. That is equal to filling up Globen Stadium 4 times, and we still have food left. Or feed about 258 million people that they're suffering from starvation, or basically 1/3 of the Europe's population. My name is Arash. I'm together with my business partner, Emil. We are the founder of Simply No Waste. Simply is a food tech company with the focus on upcycling residue products. All the challenges with the food waste has created tremendous pressure on our resources, such as water, such as land, and is responsible for 8% of the CO2 emission. Action needs to be taken, and we decided to take this action as a form of consumer product. So we upcycle residue products of avocado and mix them together with other fruits and veggies, hopefully, and we're trying to make sure that those fruits and veggies are those that they're going to waste, so we can help to use them instead of going to waste. And also we try to have no added sugar in our products. We believe our project has an impact on the environment. It saves water and land that it has been used in the first place. It has a positive impact in community's health, because these drinks are nutrition with full of vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. And also it saves money for the other businesses, so they don't need to pay for waste removal. And also we are aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Agenda number 2, 3, 6, and 12. Our authentic, locally produced beverages, fizzy beverages, are for anyone with a healthy lifestyle who cares about the environment and wants to feel good about the purchase with a positive impact. You wanna join our journey and help us with to protect more resources? Please tag along on our Instagram account, Simply No Waste, or just contact us directly. We'll be happy to talk to you more about it, and then I'll be happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Arash. Thank you.
Thanks. I have a question. You know, I'm very familiar with avocado because I come from Chile. You know, we eat a lot of amounts of avocado, and you know, the idea of creating a fizzy beverage with avocado as a base from rescued avocados and so on. How did you came about that? Also, that's really interesting. I wouldn't imagine any like Chilean to even imagine that. That's really creative.
The project started off with being in the restaurant industry and service and hospitality for about 18 years, and for the last 7 to 8 years I've been in the executive position where I had to make a deal and develop products, or I had to be in touch with suppliers. So I have a very great idea about how much food goes to waste. Initially started off about saving anything goes to waste, so we take it from there. Then I got in touch with my old colleagues who was actually, they are supplying the most fruits and veggie in the Nordic countries, and one of the challenges they had, they produce One of the products was guacamole. And then majority of these guacamoles being made, majority of the avocados goes to waste. And the biggest challenge they've had was the seed, and they didn't know what to do with the seed. And through the lots of research and here and having a lot of chat with several friends and a couple of food scientists, we came to the conclusion that the avocado seeds, even though it's from nature, is not easy to go back to the nature, so it needs to break down. And that's where the idea came from. And I'm familiar with breweries and then how to brew beers and then the whole process of drinks production. So, and we tried to doing some testing and then we realized it is possible to do that. If I answer your question.
Yeah, great. Yeah, lovely to hear.
Great. Thank you, Arash. Perfect. Thanks.
All right. So we're moving on. We have 2 left. And next, I welcome Gulsa.
I shared my screen. Yes.
Yes.
Hello. I want to start my presentation by asking a little tough question. How many kilogram food do we eat in 1 year? I know this is a little tough question, but just to make a little minute to think about this. I'm giving the answer. So we are eating yearly 600 kg in average. Of course, it's changing country to country. For example, USA, it goes to 1,000 metric tons, one metric ton. So this is, we are eating 600 kg per year food. You see the animals. This is we are eating by self. So, and the facts, I want to mention about some facts. In Sweden, 1,003,000 metric ton food is wasted, according to Swedish Environmental Protection Agency. And this amount, according to our eating capacity, this is 60% of Malmö population in 1 year. So you saw the animals, and like 2018 of one animals we are wasting every year. I want you focus you this photo and feel uncomfortable and guilty. So I am Gülşah Çolak. I am food engineer and now I am working in FoodX and I would like to introduce you our new project. But I want you more focus this photo and give me answer for this question. Would you like to stop this food waste and help the environment? I hope you say yes. So welcome to Motto. Motto, save your world, save your wallet. Okay, who are we and what we are doing? Motto is a shop, and this shop is includes food products, which is coming from food producers and distributors, and these products has expiry date up to 7 months. So, and these foods come from generally in the Skåne area distributors, food distributors, and the food producers around, again, our area. So, what we want to do? First, we want to support environment by decreasing the food waste, and then we want to support students and families who concerns about the environment and their budget, and we will provide them affordable food products. So I want to give some more facts before I continue. Because of I'm working in FoodX, my customers is the food markets. So they are refusing to sell products short life, less than 6 months. So because they are not able to manage this date of the products. And when you go into a market for normal shelf life of more than 6 months, you are paying minimum 30% extra money, or if you are going to ICA or Coop, you are paying extra 45 to 50% margin to these markets. So why Motto shop? Why you have to shop from us? So first, you want to support environment by stopping food waste. Then you want to pay less for your food shopping and save your money. And then with this Motto shop, you will receive email and you can plan your shopping budget, but by weekly advertisements of our company. So you will know that, okay, this week I can find this product as a good price. So thank you for your listening. I invite you to our website, www.mattashop. You can follow us Instagram and you can email us. And I recommend you to subscribe yourself to in our website so we can send you product list. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. Great presentation. Thank you very much. I have a question regarding the sourcing of your product. What is the ambition in terms of finding and making deals on getting this product on time so that they're still sellable in time? Because I imagine that you still can't sell them after the final date. How are you thinking about this? What's your starting point?
Kirill, my starting point is that this is not a constant in how I can say that distributors have always different products. So there will be a purchasing list, like a standard of purchasing. So as I told you, that will be like up to 7 months, but it will be not be short than less than 1 month or maybe 2 weeks, because it is that I have to arrange the delivery time to the shop. So, and when I'm considering this, the products will be purchased by a list of the rules.
Right, thank you. Islam, I see you have your mic off. I guess you're on,
Yeah,
sorry.
So I understand from your answer here that's like you are not working with fresh produce, so you are not working with vegetables or fruits.
No, Islam, it is end products, like packaged end products.
Okay, and who's your like so first of all, like I understand, since I know the project that you were focusing on the imported food, so you are focusing on the ethnic or like imported market. Are you considering to widen your scope? And
Yes, definitely, because I want customer to have more opportunities as product, because my distributor ran generally now ethnic markets as my our own company or other colleagues. So, but increasing this scope is very important, that people can find also other product like Swedish products in this shop.
Right.
You have ahead of you Matt Smart, and then maybe you can reach out to them and ask them the challenges they have had, and then to make sure that like you don't have the same problems as them.
Okay, we are all. I will contact them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Gurta. Thank you.
Thanks. And then we're in our final participants, maybe a well-known face for many of you, has delivered delicious things. Welcome, Michelle.
Thank you. All right. Well, when I was growing up in California, I always had a freezer full of popsicles. These frozen pops were made with real fruit and just a little bit of sugar. After I moved to Sweden, I spent all day biking around Malmö trying to find a good popsicle. But the only thing I found was made with artificial colors, artificial flavors, and no fruit whatsoever. And to be honest, it didn't taste that great either. That's when I realized if I wanted to have a good popsicle, I was going to have to make them myself. And of course, I would do that in the most sustainable way possible. Hi, I'm Michelle, founder of Folkets Pops, and this is how I'm making the world a little sweeter. 30% of the food that we grow ends up being wasted somewhere between the earth and our mouths. Think of all the energy it takes to grow a banana, ship it halfway around the world, only for it to end up in the bin for having a few brown spots. Or a locally grown apple that's tossed aside for having an imperfect shape. At Folkets Pops, we make new flavors every week using all sorts of rescued fruits, combine that with just enough Swedish beet sugar and other sustainably sourced ingredients to create all of our fantastic seasonal sorbet pops. Some of my favorite flavors are pear lavender, strawberry Thai basil, and chocolate fudge. Most of our flavors are naturally vegan, gluten-free, and everything is made in a nut-free kitchen. So it's allergy friendly as well. But our pops don't just taste great, they also do good. 30% of our wild bee species are in danger, and without the bees, we wouldn't have any fruit for our pops. So for every pop sold, we donate 1 kroner to help save the bees via Naturskyddsföreningens Operation Rädda bina. And you can see that you're reminded on the stick after you finish your popsicle. So you can buy our pops from the Popsicle at the beaches, parks, and events around Malmö, online from our web shop for local pickup and delivery by bike, and from cafes, restaurants, and other local businesses in Skåne and Blekinge. So far, we have rescued over 1/2 ton of fruit and donated over 10,000 kroner to help save the bees. If 30% of your ice cream consumption switched to Folkets Pops, imagine the impact that we could make on the planet. Together, we can make a difference. Visit folketspops.se to learn more and place an order to see what all the buzz is about. Our vision is to see Folkets Pops for sale from Popsicles throughout the Nordics at summer tourist destinations and year-round from your local grocery store with our most popular flavors. If you'd like to be part of our journey, please get in touch. We are looking for a business partner to help bring Folkets Pops to the next level. Thank you for your attention, and I can't wait to hear from you.
Okay, now we're all jealous here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Great. I'm curious on the last thing that you mentioned here on the scaling up, what's ahead of you, where you want to be. You talk about being in the shop all year round, and of course you're also working with seasonal products, partly at least because you're getting it from the markets where it's getting wasted. So I'm wondering, does that mean that if you will be all year round in shops, it will be certain products, or are you always like fixed products, or is it also going to change very seasonal in those shops as well?
So my vision for the shops is to sell our most popular flavors, mostly our creamy flavors that are coconut and oat milk based. These are great no matter how cold it is outside. I'm always craving a chocolate fudge pop. Our seasonal flavors are perfectly good to eat for a year from their production. So you could keep them in the shops, but my vision is to see all of our variety of flavors. We've done 100 different flavors so far, and these would be available from our Popsicles, where you can get a much larger variety than in the grocery store.
Stop doing this. Yeah, I have a follow-up question on the. I know you are starting as of this summer, I believe, to have maybe 2 Popsicles, or at least someone who is also working with you delivering bikes. What's the ambition in a city like Malmö? How many Popsicles on bikes should we have?
Well, we've seen success selling in different parts of Malmö, in Västra Hamnen, by Ribersborg, in Rörfaparken, by Folkets Park. All of these places are great places to find the Popsicle on different days, but imagine if we could have a Popsicle on the corner that you could find any day. We could have them all over the city in different locations, any tourist destination, somewhere you're going to find people on a nice sunny day, because these are delicious and people always come back to try our new flavors.
Great. Islam, you're reaching for the mic.
Yeah, including me. That's I'm always reaching back to. So I am an old customer. I would say from the beginning, I love what you do, and I think it's really tasty. My question to you: are you skipping the retail chains? Since you are focusing, say, just like the sickle and the small local stores, are you skipping the chains?
For us, this is the easiest way to scale up, is to have our products available at the local businesses, because I realize that having our products available at a retail location, we're going to need much larger volumes. And up until now, it's only been me in the business. This year, I'm going to have somebody helping me with the Popsicle, doing sales around Malmö, so I can focus more on production and deliveries. So we would love to scale up. So far, it's been an organic process of scaling up and finding new resellers. But my goal, I was always looking for popsicles from the grocery store when I came up with the idea for Folkets Pops. So this is where I saw it from the beginning. So we're on a journey to have a popsicle empire.
Great. Okay. Thank you so much, Michelle. We finished on a very fresh note on a beautiful sunny day, so it's perfect. I will go at the corner shop and see if we can find some of your products. But on that note, we really want to thank you all entrepreneurs who have been part of this program. It was a fantastic journey for all of us running the incubator, having these weekly meetings and sharing so much exciting products and future projection on how Malmö is going to become the most dynamic local food city in the whole of Europe. And Carlos?
Yeah, I think you're into something really great there, because I think with this incubator and also the network that has been developed in the sense of community means that it's really great and also favorable to the food scene here in Malmö. And it shows also that, you know, if we connect and help one another, we are creating a more sustainable food city through an enormous amount of people like you guys who contribute to that vision and mission also. So, and I hope that the audience here can see that. And I think that, you know, we are doing something really great here in Malmö. I know in the audience here, we have Matthias from Roots of Malmö also, who started their career and entrepreneurship here in Malmö. And also we have Anna Berger here as a really spokesperson for the food scene here in Malmö. And it shows that, you know, there's a big interest of what you are doing and the potential that can be here in Malmö and the region, and also what it means to the local economy also when you guys are here, you support other producers and farmers. That's really great. That's creating a really sustainable place and food scene for us here. So you all received something. I don't know if you have it in hand. We can maybe, you know, show off for the audience here. A really nice bouquet of flowers here. So with that, we want to thank you everyone for listening in today also. And for any one of you in the audience, please reach out to us, to me, Eslam Cyril, if you have any questions or around the incubator. And we're on new thoughts and seeing how we can develop and further scale up this kind of programs to help new food entrepreneurs to come in Malmö also.
Right, perfect.
So with that, I leave you on this sunny day.
Yeah.